He was born Farrokh Bulsara in September 1946 in Zanzibar. His parents were Zoroastrian Parsis who'd migrated from India to live in Zanzibar.
Zanzibar was also a place where religions intermingled: Christian, Muslim, Zoroastrian and more. An intermingling that I now realise permeates Freddie's music. In Arabic, Bismillah means in the name of God. It's the first word of the Quran and one of the most important Islamic phrases, repeated many times a day, including before prayers.
Check it out!
And then there is Mustafa. It features the line, Allah will pray for you, hey, and some faux Persian noises that Freddie invented. Strangely, it was never a big hit in Britain.
Farrokh became Freddie at school. Because it was an English boarding school and Farrokh was a bit of a mouthful, it's much easier to just be Freddie. So he was Freddie Bulsara all through school. And then when he was in England and he decided to pursue the career of a rock star, he needed a much more rock star sounding name, so he chose Mercury.
Many people, when you first ask them, will not have heard of the Zoroastrian Parsis. And then you say, have you heard of Freddie Mercury? Oh, yes, we have.
The Parsis are not just Irani Indian, they also practice Zoroastrianism, the world's oldest monotheistic religion.
Freddie Mercury was born a Zoroastrian Parsi, was initiated into the Zoroastrian religion, and his parents were practicing Zoroastrian. And when he sadly passed away, he had a Zoroastrian funeral. So he was very much a Zoroastrian Parsi.
He really identified with British culture. He came from a place where Asian people were ousted, in East Africa. There weren't positive representations of Western South Asian people in the media or in entertainment. And I think he probably thought to get ahead, he had to bury it.
Queen dominated Live Aid to such an extent that we can barely remember who the other artists were that day. And yet, it was a total who's who of pop stardom. Paul McCartney, The Who, Bob Geldof, David Bowie, Led Zeppelin, George Michael. They were all there raising money for Africa. But I don't think any of us knew that Freddie Mercury was actually African.
Freddie even spoke to his boyfriend Jim Houghton backstage in their trailer about the fact that he was a hypocrite, because here he was performing to raise money to feed the starving in Ethiopia. And he said, and here I am, I'm in Africa, and I'm not standing up and being counted as an African. What do you think of that? Almost in a provocative way.